Hey rock stars, Lid Shaw, I'm here at AES New York City 2019, and I'm standing next to my good friends Simon and Greg. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
Great.
Now let's just make sure that we get this straight too. You are Simon.
I'm Simon.
And you are Greg.
I am Greg.
All right, good. We got it right finally. We also are standing in the right order for such a thing. So you guys are doing amazing things. Rather than hear me talk about it, can you introduce yourselves and just remind the rock stars who you are and what you're doing and why I like you so much?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Simon, he's Greg, and we go in different countries around the world and we record a bunch of bands in complete crazy places.
I mean, the idea is to get really good recordings out of crazy places like, I don't know, the middle of the desert, a concrete box, or basically anything that is, well, not a recording studio.
Right.
So I guess that makes us non-recording studio rock stars.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. Non-recording studio rock stars. So they speak some French pretty well, too. So basically, if this recording doesn't sound really great, and I'm in this like kind of controlled space, sort of semi-controlled place, then I must be pretty lame. Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, even Bob Clear Mountain couldn't do anything here.
Now you guys, when you're on the road, you're recording music and musicians and bands and artists in places like Africa. You guys, I think, just recently came back from Morocco, which sounded really exotic. But you're also creating film to go with that, right? What's the story behind that?
Absolutely. So basically, we did a video series about our first trip in Africa, in Senegal to be precise, where we actually built a recording studio. So that in this part, we're recording studio rock stars, but you should see the recording studio. Right. It is quite something. Obviously, in this situation, the challenge is to find makeshift materials to, well, basically treat a room out of nothing. I mean, even the electricity was not made. We had to sort of conceptualize the whole electricity and make sure that they actually grounded the place, because it seemed, there are little details that seem kind of obvious to us. Well, obviously you need a ground in a recording studio, but for them it's a whole different ballgame because it's extra money and everything. So, you know, just to make do with what we have, and also the limited finance, the financial means that we had, but it turned out great, and it's a great sounding room.
Yeah, and everything is made into 6 episodes for the season made in Senegal, and then the one that we did in Morocco, it's going to be released in maybe 7 or 8 episodes. So everything we do, so we got the whole video series, and then we got our own label, so we release all the artists that we do. And then some of them got, you know, music videos, and it's an all around.
Now, what was one of the strangest items you guys remember using to build this studio in Senegal?
Telephone pole. That's
telephone pole, that we had to saw in 4 equal pieces with a hand saw to make a diffuser. That was quite something. But otherwise, every episode, like apart from the studio building, every episode is a new artist in a different city that we record. So yeah, check it out on YouTube. It's on Pure Mix's channel. And we also have our new off channel, the Simon and Greg Record the World YouTube channel, for everything that basically completes the series. Because when we do these shows, obviously we don't want to dwell on the song for like 6 minutes straight. We kind of want it to be a nice entertainment, so, you know, keep the rhythm quite high pace. But some people, they actually asked us to see the whole performances, so we decided to do the off channel and put those live performances in a whole.
Yeah, that's smart. And you guys do cool stuff, Rockstars. If you go watch it, I mean, they go out of their way to do things like even bring a drone, and you get like cool flyover shots, so you really get a sense of the place and location. Now, let's give us a brief introduction to some of the tools that you guys take, and then let the Rockstars know why we're standing here at the Focal booth, too.
Yeah, so Focal is one of the sponsors. So what they did is they gave us really freaking awesome headphones. So it's basically, we got a pair of speakers on our ears.
And freaking awesome is better than awesome, right?
Oh, it's way better. Way better. I mean, I wish we could bring those speakers with us, but they're a little too heavy, just a little.
Yeah. How much? Again, talk about like the size of the backpack and like that's a big deal, like fitting all this stuff in there, right?
Well, I mean, obviously we're two. Some people they ask us, oh, but what's the crew with you guys? No, that we are the crew. This is everything. Not only video, not only audio, but video wise also we have to carry around on our person. So. We can't bring too much. Sometimes we're in buses. Sometimes we actually have to walk. So it's everything needs to be carryable, like by us two. And I explained it briefly in the first episode of the first series. But I mean, keep in mind that everything that we have has to be carried around.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys have to literally use your underwear and socks for pop filters and camera protection and stuff.
Oh yeah. So it's pretty much 2 bags each, and then so we got music stuff and we got the video production equipments also. Everything.
Awesome.
And obviously we learned from our mistakes. The first season we brought what we deemed to be too much on certain aspects of the gear, notably the 500 series rack, which literally gave us shocks because it was leaking power because of the non-ground thing. So for the second season, we actually go about to explain what changes we made in strategies to keep not only the gear to its optimal, I guess, choose the right pieces of gear optimally, but also optimize weight. So we basically made our own cables. We wanted to start trying to make maybe like custom mic stands because I mean that's a big issue. But if we could, of course, we'd bring these, which actually we work with every day.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
for sure.
But
well, let's take a look at these headphones here.
So we got 2 of these. So that's the Clear Pro. So they're typically a pair of speakers on your head. They sound just completely amazing.
That just looks like a really nice, soft, comfy fabric, and what a great hat right there.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Now, you guys mentioned something to me before. You were talking about one of the benefits of these open back headphones is that like you feel like you're getting a really accurate listen to the music you're mixing, but also it's not difficult for you guys to talk to each other when you're making decisions and producing the mixes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Since we listen to everything together, obviously we need to discuss that, and it sort of solves the problem of kind of going this way.
Yeah.
It's actually like if we're really sitting one next to each other in a nice listening position in a good room.
Yeah.
We can still speak to each other, we can still discuss. It's not a barrier to us communicating, which is great. Mm-hmm. It's just natural. We don't have to think about it.
So basically, when Simon is mixing, you're all up in his business giving him critiques, and when you're trying to edit the video, he's all up in your business telling you how to do it different.
Yeah, no, but especially when we listen to tracks, because obviously we're in a situation where we're not obviously in a control room, so we usually start doing a test recording. We listen to the tracks and sort of discuss, what change we would make to microphone positioning or microphone placement or microphones themselves, or maybe just musician positioning, and that really helps us just get a grasp of what we're actually going to end up with in terms of raw material.
Awesome. Well, I've only got one hand, so you got 2 hands. Why don't you pull these off and let's take a closer look at these headphones too.
There we go. Go ahead.
We'll get a good shot in here of the headphones and kind of see what we got going.
Model?
All right, you be the model.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
beautiful.
that looks good on you, man.
Thank you.
So you can kind of see here, turn this way a little bit, Greg. You can kind of see the open back here. It's a nice sounds coming and going. So I guess these aren't the ones you would choose if you're trying to block out all the outside sound.
Exactly. Well, if you're tracking with the click, that's not the tool for it. So that's why we got pairs of these guys right here.
Okay, cool. What are these ones right here?
So that's the Listen Pro.
Okay.
So that's what we would give to musicians that we work with. So they would be tracking with these headphones.
But wait, you're tracking in Africa. They don't need click tracks over there, I thought, right?
They do not need click tracks. Everything is really tight. Yeah.
Cool. Well, very cool. And so you got closed back ones that work great for the tracking. You got open back that work great for the mixing.
Exactly.
And any other thoughts you want to share on any of that stuff?
Well, all the other stuff that we've been using is Lauten audio microphones. They got amazing mics. The one that really saved our butt was the LS208. So it's the condenser microphone with a lot of rejection. It's just
nice.
This thing is crazy. It saved our lives, and quite frankly, today we couldn't do without.
Oh, yeah.
And on the next season, because it really just came out when Brian gave them to us. He wanted to give us more, but he was like, I can't because I need some productions units to sell. So he only gave us 2, but that was actually just enough to really realize how much amazing they are. And on the next season, we're going to try to get more because they really are a saver for us in those really extreme conditions where you want to reject everything.
And what are some of the tools you actually use to just record and capture this stuff? Do you guys bring laptop computers with you and all that?
We work on a laptop, and we recently got UA on board with us. So now the rig is basically the perfect rig, in our opinion. It's an X8P with a Arrow. Yeah. So the great thing about UA is that all the device can be aggregated into one big sound card. And so that would essentially give us 10 effective mic pre's, 3 headphone outs, and 3 DIs.
Cool.
So that's really, and it's really compact, and we bought a little special bag to put it in, and I mean everything fits in. We're on the second season we're much more optimized, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, and one of the cool thing is when we use the Arrow is let's say in Morocco we were in a tent where there's no electricity, so we would just use the laptop with the Arrow with 2 microphones and go on for 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean everything is powered by, it's bus powered, so we use the computer, the power off the computer battery. And that was enough for the 2-hour recording, 2 hours and a half maybe.
Pretty much.
And this, by the way, this amazing recording is available on our new channel. Go check it out. It's an amazing guy. His name is Mustafa, and he basically does this Gimbri transcendental performance that lasted 2 hours. We've only put 15 minutes of it on the channel, but it's amazing. Like everything just candlelit. It was magical.
All right, well, we're about to get blasted out. So tell the rock stars where they can go check you out, where they find you online.
Okay, so our website is simonandgreg.com, and then you can check it out on Facebook, Simon and Greg Record the World, right here. There we go. And YouTube.
Simon and Greg Record the World, and for the series, go up on puremix.net's YouTube channel. There we go.
All right, groovy. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Great to hang with you. Thanks for watching, Rockstars. Make sure to follow us on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're watching this, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.